with Nuclear Free Virginia Richmond chapter and Coalition Against Nukes.
Erica with the C or K?
With the C.
And Gray with an A or an E?
With an A.
Tell me what you guys are doing here outside of Domion.
Today, March the 11th, 2013, marks the second year of the ongoing nuclear disaster in Fukushima, Japan. And we're gathering here to raise awareness of the dangers of nuclear energy and also to stand with the Japanese people today. Our hearts and our prayers are with the people in Japan as thousands lost their lives in the tsunami, earthquake, and triple meltdown actually ended up disturbing millions of the Japanese people's lives.
Do you think that, this isn't the first protest that I've covered here, do you think you're getting any sort of message through to Dominion, or are you just hoping that people passing by maybe they're here?
Well, we definitely want to raise more awareness. I think Virginians, because of in the General Assembly this year, the opposition to uranium mining was very high, and the realization of the dangers that the nuclear energy from the whole fuel chain, the whole cycle from uranium mining to waste storage to spent fuel rods, is dangerous, dirty, and expensive, and this is not the kind of energy that we want to be promoting as Virginians.
There was definitely a vocal opposition and a lot of asking about uranium mining and also asking about nuclear power, and the majority of Virginians supported both. Is that because maybe you guys aren't getting your message through, or you're facing more of an opposition?
Well, how often do we hear about what's going on in Japan? How many Americans know that it's a triple meltdown? How many people know that it's going to be 20 or 30 years before they can get to the melted fuel? How many people know that hundreds of acres and hundreds of miles of land is contaminated in Japan, and many people will never return home? I mean, a lot of people don't really know what's going on because there really hasn't been a whole lot of coverage in realizing the risk. And even though people might not immediately have been killed by the radiation, already 40% of the children that have been looked at in Fukushima prefecture have nodules on their thyroids, and I believe there's at least 7 confirmed cases of thyroid cancer already. So just like with Chernobyl, you might not notice the danger because radiation is invisible, it's silent, you can't smell it or taste it, but it'll strike many years later. One of the girls from Chernobyl that was exposed to radiation there at 2 years of age ended up dying of leukemia at the age of 10. So the immediate dangers maybe aren't always apparent, but I think if we look at 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl and now Fukushima, the risks are real. Just pull up the USGS site, the United States Geological Survey, or the NRC site every day, and you'll see, just like Papua New Guinea had a 6.5 yesterday. It was 3 earthquakes today in different parts of the country here. And the land is moving. There's no way to safely store the nuclear waste either for thousands of years, and this is the legacy we'll be leaving our children. This is not right. And I think the more people know, the more people realize we need to do what Germany's doing, is moving away from nuclear power and moving towards more of the renewables like solar, wind, geothermal, and tidal. Something safer and doesn't produce toxic waste that we have to be responsible.
I love that last point. Thanks.
Yeah, my name is Chris Dorsey. I'm here along with other people from the region, and we are marking the 2nd anniversary of the Fukushima nuclear meltdown by standing in front of Dominion Power, who is a monopoly energy company that operates damaged nuclear power plants that are making people sick and causing people to die prematurely due to radioactive poisoning from their damaged here personally because I oppose any form of nuclear energy or nuclear weaponry. I think that it is irrational and irresponsible, fiscally a liability, and a liability to human beings to continue to use radioactive nuclear energy and radioactive nuclear weapons. Recently, there was an earthquake in our region in August of 2011. The North Anna nuclear power plant, which is located on a fault line, was shut down due to the fact that it was not built to withstand an earthquake that it just it received in August of 2011. After the nuclear power plant was shut down, it was discovered that there was extensive damage and that there was a tritium leak that put tritium levels in well water around the nuclear power plant at nearly 3 times the EPA standards, which are already dangerously high. I and others feel that this is reckless endangerment, that Tom Farrell, the CEO of Dominion Power, and the people who run the Virginia government, along with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, are guilty in endangering the people through reckless endangerment. And the reason we say that is because, at least at North Anna, there is a earthquake-damaged nuclear power plant that's leaking radioactive tritium at nearly 3 times the EPA standards. It's located on a fault line, and it has been hit with hundreds of aftershocks. Dominion Power nor the NRC have been able to pinpoint exactly where the tritium leak is coming from, and they have been unable to explain how the leak will be remedied. Basically, in a nutshell, it's not being regulated. There are far too many nuclear power plants located in dangerous places, like on an earthquake fault line, and we're in the fallout zone. I think these are criminal acts. I don't trust our regulators or our government to keep us safe, and we will all be in a world of trouble very soon when the next earthquake hits North Anna nuclear power plant or any of the power plants. Nuclear energy is too dangerous to exist.
Stephen Reed, and I'm the Deputy Director for Environmental Policy at the Alliance for Progressive Values here in Richmond. And I'm here at this protest today because we want to make sure that we let people in Richmond know that we need to stay away from nuclear energy. We need to keep the ban on uranium here in Virginia, and we need to move to renewable and sustainable energy such as solar, wind, water turbines, and anything that is truly clean, renewable, and sustainable.
It's March the 11th, 2013. We are here in Richmond, Virginia, in front of Dominion Virginia Power's headquarters. We are here remembering Fukushima, the ongoing nuclear disaster that started 2 years ago today. Thousands of people lost their lives in Japan when the tsunami and the earthquake struck. But millions have been affected and continue to be affected by the triple meltdown that occurred at the Fukushima Daiichi reactors. 3 meltdowns. 3 ongoing meltdowns with no way to contain it. TEPCO has said that they are running out of space to put the reactor water that's being removed constantly. Millions millions and millions and millions of gallons of radioactive wastewater. They're thinking of dumping it into the ocean. Today we are here to demand that Dominion abandons the plan to build a third reactor at North Anna. We want them to retire their aging fleet of nuclear reactors and replace them with clean, sustainable, renewable energy sources. The time is now.
He's right.
The lessons learned from Fukushima is our family's health would be affected. We would have many farms contaminated forever. Our homes would be worthless, yet we'd still have to pay.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
And we could lose part of our state. Forever uninhabitable. These risks we are not willing to take anymore. The time is now for Dominion to put public safety first before profits. No more nukes. Are y'all with me?
Sure. No more news.
No more nukes. No more nukes. No more nukes. No more nukes.
No more nukes.
All right, let's try this. North Anna, built on a fault line, built on lies. North Anna, built on a fault line, built on lies. North Anna, built on a fault line, built on lies.
North Anna,
Built on lies. Surrey, let's try Surrey. Surrey, built on the coastline with rising tides. Surrey, built on the coastline with rising tides. Surrey, built on the coastline with rising tides. Shut down, not meltdown. Shut down, not meltdown. Shut down, not meltdown. Shut down, not meltdown.
Shut down, not meltdown.
Okay, let's try this one, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your nukes no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Close them down before too late. Got it? 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your nukes no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Close them down before it's too late. No nukes are the only safe nukes.
What are we going to do with all the waste?
What are we going to do with all the waste? There is no safe place to place the waste, and it'll never exist. No safe place for nuclear waste.
You mean the water's not a safe place to live?
North Anna at Surrey. How those tritium leaks that y'all recorded in 2011 and 12? Are they at safe levels now?
Safe
Acceptable levels. Are we at acceptable levels yet?
3 times acceptable levels.
Check the pipes. Check the pipes. The 7 or 8 miles of pipes that are underground that y'all can't see.
The radiation will affect you too. I gotta go, you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Nice seeing you there.
Next time.
It's the very best way. Built on lies. North Anna, built on a fault line, built on lies. North Anna, built on a fault line, built on lies. Surrey, built on the coastline, rising tides. Surrey, built on the coastline.
not